I see way too many guys out there making the same mistake over and over again, and unfortunately, it's costing them their health. I mean, do you really think it's safe for somebody to lose a whole bunch of weights and then regain it right back and then some? And year after year, it's the same old song and dance. Lose weight, gain weight, lose weight, gain weight. Guys, that's the definition of yo-yo dieting. And hear me out. What I'm about to tell you in this video, this has nothing to do with dieting. This has nothing to do with training at all. And I think that's the reason why maybe you're struggling on your health and fitness journey, is because you think it has something to do with the diet. You think it has something to do with the workouts when it doesn't. It has everything to do with your mindset. Now, hear me out. I've been coaching guys since 2017, and working on their mindset is by far the foundation. That is the number one thing we focus on before the nutrition, before the workouts. When I have an onboarding call with somebody, we want to establish, right, the right expectations and the right mindset. So that way it gives them clarity on what to expect when going through our coaching program. And that's why we've been able to help out thousands of guys on their health and fitness journey, and hundreds of them getting off their medications for high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and even lowering their A1C levels and reversing their type 2 diabetes. It's all because of the mindset. What is the mindset that maybe you have right now that's actually hurting you rather than helping you? It's most likely the all-in, all-out mentality. I mean, let's face it, most guys have that. You know, they wake up one day, they look at themselves in the mirror, and they're like, man, I got the man boobs, I got the beer belly, I don't like the way that I look. So what do? They immediately cut out their carbohydrates, or immediately try to go to the gym and do a 2-hour long workout, or, run a whole bunch of laps. But then after maybe a few short days or a few short weeks, it's not sustainable. And they fall off track. They regain all that weight right back until the next time they look at themselves in the mirror. They're not happy with what they see. Or, hey, they're not happy with how they feel. Maybe they're lacking the energy, lacking the sex drive, lacking the confidence. They feel embarrassed taking off their shirt on a hot summer day at the beach with their kids. If you really are serious about when it comes to your health and how to actually lose the weight and keep it off once and for all, this video is going to give you so much clarity. And it's so easy. But the problem is you are getting in your own way. Yeah, I'm talking about you. It's you. It has nothing to do with, once again, the nutrition. Nothing to do with, once again, the training. It has everything to do with you and your mindset. And most importantly, you and your ego. You see, guys in general, and hear me out, right? I fall into this category all the time, okay? We have a pride. We have this ego where it's like, hey, we're the guys. We should be able to do this, right? And especially on our health and fitness journey, it's like, hey, if we don't like the way they look, we want to take care of this ASAP, right? Because there's so many things in life that, hey, now we can get instantly. Amazon Prime, Grubhub, DoorDash, restaurants. It's not like we're, in primal ages where we're fighting and have to hunt for what we get to eat. No, we can get everything ASAP, right? Right there at a click of a button on our own phones. We don't even need to leave our house, right? And this is why, as a society, we're just fat and out of shape. I mean, don't take my word for it. Look at any of the stats. Like, I think it's over 50%, maybe even 55% of Americans are overweight. And I know for a fact that guys over the age of 40, about 50% of them struggle with having high blood pressure. Just let that sink in. And it all has everything to do with the mindset. Now, if we just actually decided, and hear me out, right? I'm going to give you some analogies here in a little bit that's going to give you so much clarity. It should be able to help you out. But you got to make a promise to yourself, honestly, before we continue, that you have to say enough's enough. You can't keep on feeding your ego. You can't keep on feeding your pride. Like, all that's going to do is just make you fit in with everybody else and be fat, lazy, and out of shape. You got to have the balls to honestly say enough's enough. Like, this might be the slow route that I'm taking, but sure enough, it's going to be the sustainable route. And I was actually on a missions trip, and I'll never forget, I had to work this excavator, and the guy teaching me, he said, slow is fast. And I remember just letting that kind of sink in, slow is fast. Because how many times in life we try to rush the process, and sure, we might get a little bit ahead, but eventually we're almost just like shooting ourselves in the foot, because then we have to backtrack. And now you might be the type of person that is like, yeah, but Joe, I don't want to go slow. I want to, get in shape now. I want to have better health. I want to improve. I want to look the way that I feel better, like how I was back in the college days. By all means, you can't do that on your health and fitness journey. You just can't. Try cutting out your carbs. right? See what happens. You're going to lose a whole bunch of water weight, eventually hit a stall. You're going to find out it's not sustainable for your overall lifestyle. You're going to regain all that weight right back. You're going to maybe try, I don't know, going to get surgery or something stupid like that, cut your stomach in half. Guess what? Like, look up any of the stats with that, right? Like, guys just regain all that weight right back afterwards, post-surgery. And it's just like, it's a mess. Because guys don't know how to put one foot in front of the other and just literally just like, just do the thing that they need to do. We all want these shortcuts. And we see it nowadays, especially with like these bogus testosterone boosters and bogus fat loss supplements and TRT and all these different things out there that, once again, it's trying to take us away from actually putting in the work. I mean, you think about it, taking a shot like Ozempic, sure, go ahead, take that shot. But do you actually know the side effects that's going to happen years down the road? Nobody knows. And this is why, once again, like, why does it have to be so difficult for us as guys to just say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to do this today. That's it, right? Like, this is going to help me get over here. And instead of trying to rush the process, we're going to trust the process. Why is that so hard? And it has everything to do with feeding the bad wolf, feeding the ego, feeding the pride, saying like, oh, I don't need any help. Let's face it, like, we in general, right, as just guys, especially in today's society, right, with all these different resources, we have YouTube, we have ChatGPT, right, we have like all this AI and everything like that. It's dumbing us down to just make us not think and make us not put in the right action steps and do the work. Like, and this is why I love the health and fitness industry, because like, you can't do that. You can't just take a shortcut. Like, you have to put in the work, plain and simple. If you want to take a shortcut, I mean, eventually, like, just ask yourself, is this going to be sustainable 5 years from today? Is it actually going to help you get to your results and maintain those results long term? Probably not. The only way, I mean, think about it, there's probably like millions of different diets that's out there. All diets are the same. They make you stay within a calorie deficit. Okay? As much as I hate saying calories in versus calories out, because like, I just hate saying that, right? I like having a better, healthier relationship with food, as food equals fuel, and understanding that how the body works and how nutrition is applicable for that. If we were just taking the calories in versus calories out, right? Let's say ketogenic diet. Well, hey, you cut out your carbohydrates, you're taking a huge macronutrient, right? All you have is fats and proteins left. Guess what? You're going to be in a calorie deficit. Intermittent fasting, like, sure, it's not a diet, it's a way of eating, a style, but regardless, like, you're skipping a meal, right? Or you're doing a 16-8 method fast. It doesn't matter, right? Like, you're staying within a calorie deficit. You're doing something, so you're not eating so much. Paleo, same thing. Carnivore, same thing, right? Like, all these different things. It's the same old song and dance. But realistically, like, how hard is it to just figure out, okay, hey, if somebody wants to actually lose body fat and not lose muscle mass, here's their macronutrients for them. And then download an app, track everything that they eat, right? And then boom, like, there's no more guesswork. There's no more throwing spaghetti up on the wall, hoping and praying something sticks. It's literally is that simple. You can't get any easier than that. But the problem is, guys don't want to do that. They think it's hard work. And maybe that's why guys sign up for our coaching program, because we take out all the guesswork. We make it simple for them. We give them their nutrition plans. We give them their workouts. And I understand that. But also at the same time, like, you got to understand how this all works. Like, tracking your macros, sure, it might be a pain in the butt at first, but as soon as you get it down, think about that knowledge that you now have. Where now you can then teach that to somebody else. If, let's just say, like, you think that you need to go to the gym and get in shape, or you think that you need to do all this cardio in order to, look a certain way, or, be a certain way with your health and fitness journey, imagine if you were doing just 2 or 3 short 15, 20-minute workouts right at home without any equipment. Now think about that, right? Instead of it being the New Year's resolution, because everybody does it, right? You're going to make these huge goals for yourself. You're going to make a promise: no alcohol, no junk food, no carbohydrates. You're going to work out, 6 days a week. And where does that get you? That gets you flat on your face, binging with a bunch of potato chips and Oreos and donuts by pretty much March, when you fall off track. And then Fast forward a few short months, hey, there's summertime. You don't like the way that you look. You don't like the way that you feel. You are embarrassed and just uncomfortable taking off your shirt, in front of everybody. And you're like, okay, hey, I want to do something about this. So you do the same thing that you already tried before in the beginning of January that didn't work out for you. You do that for a short period of time, and then you just throw in the towel. You just give up. Because then fast forward a few more months, it's like around October, November. You're like, well, the holidays are right here. Why should I start now? I'll just start in the new year. And then fast forward another year. And then fast forward another year. And then fast forward another year. As Albert Einstein once said, the definition of insanity is doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. That is literally the fast track. If you're taking that road that I just mentioned, that is the fast track to type 2 diabetes that I just mentioned. I kid you not. But think about this. If you were actually taught, right? Knowledge is power, right? If you were actually taught, okay, hey, if here's the 80-20 principle, that's at least what we coach and teach our members on. Here's your calories. Here's your macros. Here's what you should be eating. Here's what you should be avoiding. Here's some excess calories, right, to have in your sanity foods so that way you can have your cakes, your alcohol, your burgers, all that fun stuff, right? Now you don't have to ever diet again. Now you don't have to ever cut out your carbohydrates again. But at the same time, like, think about it. You learn that, and then you have that knowledge, you apply it, you can maintain it. So now when the holidays roll around, you're not dieting. Or when you're eating, the pie and the pecan, all that stuff, right? You don't feel guilty the next day. How many times, right, has somebody smashed maybe for Christmas or Thanksgiving or New Year's, and then the next day they feel so bloated, they feel guilty, they pretty much starve themselves like, oh, my diet starts today. So I'm not going to eat anything, or I'm just going to eat salads today. I'm just going to do all this cardio to kind of burn it off from the night before. Like, and then think about it. It doesn't work. You know it doesn't work because you've tried it probably plenty of times. But what if you actually learned, once again, the proper knowledge of what actually works best for your body type, your busy schedule, and your lifestyle? That way you can get the results, maintain the success long term, but the best part is now you can teach it to others. I mean, think about it like you learned how to drive a car. Somebody had to teach you. You didn't have the pride and the ego and just say, okay, well, here's the keys. I'm just going to do this all by myself. No, somebody had to teach you. But you now have that knowledge that you could probably teach it to your kids, right? And like change the car with anything. Fishing, hunting, right? Reading, school, knowledge, changing a tire, right? Like these are things that are passed down because somebody had to teach you. So why are you hurting yourself from actually getting the results that you want? And second, why are you stopping probably other people from also having success when it comes to their health because of your ego and your pride? And once again, it has everything to do with the all-in, all-out mentality. So what is the proper mindset that you should have? Well, I'm going to teach you exactly what we coach our members on because this is actually what works, right? We give them their nutrition plans. We give them their workouts. But once again, it all stems from the mindset first. And the first thing is, hey, ignore all the expectations. Because think about it like this. How many times have you tried a workout program? We'll just use that for example. Tried a workout program, and let's just say you gained some weight, right? Well, little do you know that, hey, if you're eating more protein, if you're lifting heavier weights, you're focusing on progressive overload, you're probably putting on muscle. Muscle weighs more than body fat, right? Muscle is what's needed to help you have a better testosterone levels and a healthier metabolic rate. It's actually a good thing, but you don't know that. So you step on the scale, you see the number go up, and you're like, oh, shoot, I got to stop doing this. It's not working for me. Once again, you don't know. Right? So what is the best mindset to have? Ignore the expectations. Like literally, ignore the expectations. And just ask yourself this one simple question. What am I doing today? What am I doing today? Is it helping me or hurting me and where I'm trying to get to with my health and fitness journey? And can I sustain it long term? That's the second question that you need to ask. If you just start asking yourself better questions, you will get better results, hands down. That's always going to work 9 times out of 9. Trust me. 10 times out of 10, 100, whatever it is that you want to say, listen, it's always going to work. Ask yourself better questions. You'll get better results. So if let's just say, hey, you woke up today and you're like, okay, I'm going to drink a gallon of water. I'm going to hit my protein goal. I'm going to track my food intake, make sure I'm staying within a calorie deficit. And who knows, maybe you can't make it to the gym today, but maybe you can go for a walk. Okay, that's great. Is that helping you? Yes. Awesome. Now ask yourself this. Can you do that in a year from today? Probably. Can you do that in 5 years from today? Most likely. Can you do that in 15 years from today? Most likely. Awesome. Then it's sustainable. But now on the flip side, ask yourself this. Mr. Cut out the carbohydrates or have an unhealthy relationship with food and think you need to fast, not eat anything, and all this cardio and burpees and backflips. Ask yourself those same questions. Can you do that next year? Can you do that in 5 years? Can you do that in 15 years? If the answer is no, why are you doing it today? KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Stop being so dumb. This is your health. And it's literally self-sabotage by you having this all-in, all-out mentality. You're shooting yourself in the foot. And most likely, you're also literally telling people, especially if you have kids, if you're a dad right now and you're fat and out of shape, please listen to this right now. How do you think it looks, right? Being in your kid's shoes, constantly seeing you start a diet, quit. Start a diet, quit. Start a diet, quit. Start this workout program, quit. Start this workout program, quit. Start this workout program, quit. You're literally telling your kids it's okay to be a quitter in life. You're literally telling your kids, right, it's okay to make promises and break them. Think about that. But what if somebody actually taught you, once again, what works best for your body type, your busy schedule, your lifestyle, where it was so easy, you don't ever have to think about dieting because you don't need that. It's not even in our vocabulary anymore because you actually know how to fit in your fun favorite foods, how to eat with your family at dinner time, how to go out, how to dine out, how to still have the alcohol and still lose the body fat because somebody taught you. Knowledge is power. The best mindset that you should be having on your health and fitness journey is one, ignore the expectations. I already mentioned that. But also this, and we've all read this story to our kids, and if you don't have kids, you at least know this story. The rabbit loses. The turtle wins. Stop trying to be the rabbit. That hasn't helped you in the past. It's not going to help you in your future. And for sure, it's not going to help you right now. As much as you think you're down 5 pounds because you cut out your carbohydrates and it's nothing more than water weight, once again, go back and ask yourself, is this sustainable? Can you do that in a year from today? Or 5 or 15? Start focusing on being the turtle. Slow and steady wins the race. Think about a train, for example, because I see this all the time, right? Like a train uses the most amount of energy in the very beginning. The very beginning. But as soon as it's chugging and churning and burning, guess what? Momentum then carries. Okay? Most guys, and this is once again why over 50% of Americans are fat and out of shape, they fall off track. And then what happens? They try to get right back on track. You see it all the time with the New Year's, and this might be you as well. Where hey, I'm going to cut my carbohydrates. I'm going to do all this cardio. I'm going to do these burpees and backflips, right? And once again, think about that train. There's no momentum. Can't do it. Slow and steady, right? Get back on track with the foundation, right? Stop trying to rush the process and instead trust the process. It's way better to say, okay, hey, I fell off track. I'm going to focus on today just moving my body more. Maybe I'm just going for a walk after work. I'm going to drink more water. I'm going to eat more protein. Let's do that for a few short weeks. Be consistent with it. Create a habit out of it. And then add something right back on. Maybe now we're going to the gym. Or now we're working out at home. Or now we're doing something else. Stop trying to, go from doing everything all at once, falling off track, and then trying to go right back to who you were before, doing everything all over again. You haven't built up the momentum, just like that train. You need to understand that. Because once again, what's hurting you on your health and fitness journey, it has nothing to do with the diet. It has nothing to do with the workouts. It has everything to do with your mindset. And if you want more tips on how to actually improve your mindset, my suggestion for you is, especially if you're watching this on YouTube right now, click on the link down below. There's 2 different resources in there. First one is a free fat loss guide. Listen, hear me out. What you need, honestly, if you want to work on your mindset, is the second link. schedule a strategy call. Talk with either myself or somebody on our team. Like, focus on being the type of man that, one, maybe your spouse is proud of, two, your kids are proud of, and three, and probably most importantly, you're proud of. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you're actually proud of the person that you see. Why? Because you're able to keep promises to yourself. You're not feeding the ego anymore. You actually have discipline, right? You also have integrity, which is doing the right things, even when no one else is watching. Ask yourself that. Do you have any of that right now? Do you have consistency? Do you have discipline? Do you have integrity? Are you proud of yourself? If not, then hey, once again, you got different resources down below. But regardless, if you decide to, actually invest and prioritize your health and fitness enough to actually take action, then regardless, change your mindset. Stop feeding the ego. All it's doing is hurting you and potentially hurting your family along the way as well.